Hi, you guys. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio. I hope you all are doing well. I have been battling some extra stuff since the full moon. So I'm hoping that the new moon, happy new moon, is a good reset for me. I don't know about you guys. So if you haven't joined me before, I will go through the list. I have kind of a list that is a little bit different than what you'll see just because it's coming in from different sources. But I will go down the list and just give you guys an individual card reading for the week. We're going to do first a reading for the week of as a collective, and then we're going to build on that. Okay. So hi, everybody. I see you. You may have seen my postings about stepping back a little bit. Right before this, I pulled a flower card for myself. This is Bruggsmansia, and it's basically says, do you have a habit of overworking yourself? So I think I got myself into a space where I was really feeling really responsible for a lot of things I wasn't responsible for. And I think just need to kind of step back a little bit, ask for some help, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So if you see my schedule is a little lighter, that's why. But I am going to be focusing on teaching some more classes. I really there's so many fun topics about energy that we could cover. So anyway, so if you guys, any of you are on the tribes or seeing those things, I'm okay. I'm just a little bit shaken. I'm human too, right? All right. By the way, Energy Awareness 1 is starting in March. That class starts on the basics of how to manage your energy field, which it's always good for me to get back to the basics too, just because I can get pretty complex and learning to just be basic sometimes. All right, you guys, let's get going. Let's see what the week brings us. Okay, first, clarity upside down. Okay, so this is saying going deeper. And it is saying that we are having trouble, right? So the clarity card kind of, and the triangles represents relationships. So there might be some conflicting, kind of like I was just voicing, feeling pulled in lots of different directions and not exactly sure how to ground and center it into myself and support myself and all of that. That's kind of what this is saying for all of us as a collective. So glad I'm not the only one. Okay, content sideways. This is a helper card. So this is recognizing the illusion of greener pastures. Now, this is a message of just saying be content with your own life right now, the way it is, accept it. It may not be perfect. It may not be the way you want it to be, but do take a look around and see that you're okay as can be right now. Okay. And then the end of the week. Okay. Some communication struggles. So be careful at the end of this week with your words and listen very carefully because there's some potential for misunderstandings and misconduct at the end of the week. Okay. So, all right. Well, it doesn't seem like it's lightening up too much, huh? Well, so now we're going to use the L key deck today. Okay. So the L key deck for our individual reading. So I see you guys. Hello, everybody. If you would like a card pulled for you, just type me, please, in the comments. I will get to as many as I can. But we're going to start off with a 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the start of your individual reading. You're going to pick a number that resonates with you. Now, if you're watching this later, this is the same thing for you, but also acknowledging if you keep listening to each other throughout this half an hour that we're together, you might hear other messages. The guides like to sometimes stack the messages because they like to get the message out more thoroughly. So they'll put 2 people together that will get the same card, even though I'm shuffling, that kind of stuff. So just listen. The messages might be more for you than you know. All right. So here we go. First card's 1. Second card 2. Third card 3. Come into your heart, not your mind. What card number feels like it's going to be the start for you? All right. If you picked 1, you're going to start with She Who Listens. Okay. Now you can see this woman's got her hand on her heart. Her mouth is closed. Her eyes are open, and she is understanding and witnessing and compassionate. Okay. So if you picked 1, your role this week is to be a compassionate witness and listen to those around you, especially those that are maybe not doing as well as maybe you are. If you picked 2, you got She Who Hesitates, which says ponder, delay, and confidence. You can see she's kind of shying away from her light, and her shadow is more there taking over, but her shadow is also playing a violin. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but and she's not. So it's kind of stepping into what you've been avoiding, step into what maybe is yours to do, and know that you're the one who's holding yourself back. Okay, so if you pick 2, that's what your message is this week. Focus for this week. If you pick 3, I picked 3. She who creates, and this is says creativity, originality, and spontaneity. And see the little fool on her drum? She really doesn't care what people think. She's just going to do what she wants to do. She's going to be creative. She's going to be outward with herself. And so that's the message. If you picked 3, you're going to be working on your creativity. Okay. 1, listen closely to those around you. 2, notice where you're holding yourself back. If you picked 3, go ahead and create and have fun. All right, let's go. Let's see who's made it to the top of the list. Rob, just FYI for you guys, the ones who are YouTube hackers, they have figured out that if you go to YouTube, YouTube lets you comment early. Okay, so Facebook does not let you do that. So this is how these people have gotten to the top of the list. You can also go there, subscribe, and hit the bell button, and it'll tell you when I'm coming live. All right, Rob, you got She Who Frees, and look at she's throwing her shackles into the ocean. Okay, liberation, unrestrained, and freedom. So this week for you, Rob, you're being asked to kind of throw the things that are limiting you out and away. Deal with some of those emotional blockages that have caused you to get resentful because you are being held back. And just know that it is not a week for you to be held back. Now, combine that with your messages that you got at the beginning, and you're going to be wanting to just be kind of taking baby steps, okay? And being content where you are, but taking those shackles off, okay? Barbara, she who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. Okay. So this is a cycle of coming into knowing that things are changing in your life. Things are coming to a different phase, and that it's okay. And to be in witness to that phase and that change. And this week, just kind of being with it. Again, this is not a week to take a lot of action necessarily, but to just kind of witness what is already occurring. Okay. Lisa, you've got She Who Knows. Okay. Wisdom, clarity, and resolution. So this is very much like she doesn't have to explain herself. She doesn't have to go around telling everyone else. She just knows what she knows, and she's going to own it, and she's going to be witness to it. And she doesn't, like I said, doesn't have to defend it or explain it. So this week, just know what you need to know, and keep that close to your heart. And maybe if somebody's asking you to explain yourself, just don't. You don't have to. Tiff, she who surrenders, chain, bondage, release. Okay, now this is about pining for things of the past or wishing that things were different. So this is a kind of a warning. She's got her letter or her stories close to her heart. She's got a little chain around her leg. Okay, so this week, just be careful about where you are feeling into kind of a pity space, because it can be a time of release where you can kind of let those things go. Okay, so watch out for the pity poltergeist, we'll call it. All right, Tanya, you got She Who Flies, dare, do, and reach. Okay, so what your guides are saying about this is even though I'm saying that this is a non-action week for a lot of us, you're already doing something that is just important for you to keep doing. It's not necessarily a new thing, but it might be a reach. Okay, it might be a leap that you're being asked to do. So just keep an eye out for that leap, and if you can, take it. All right, Jordan. All right, so see, this is where I'm talking about the guides will put you guys together. She Who Flies, dare, do, reach for you too. If we see it 3 times, we call that for all of us, for the collective. But okay, so let's see. I'm going to listen further because they're stacking the message. So it's almost like your success is guaranteed. The universe has your back. Even when it looks like it's not going the way you want it to, there still is something that is coming through that is going to be exactly what you need. So be up for the action that you're being asked. Let everybody else do what there is theirs to do too, though. Okay. Robin, you got She Who Loved Once. Okay. So this is fragile, secret love, and rejection. So this can be a week where you're facing fear of rejection, feeling left alone, that kind of stuff. This week is kind of a week of that. I forgot to mention our crystal friends. I'm going to bring it forward here. We're using this month's stone, which is celestite, which is very good for like self-soothing and loving and healing feelings of abandonment or rejection, even when they're just from the past. Sometimes we get in that mode where we're just kind of seeing rejection when it's not even there, because that's something we need to heal. Okay. All right. And just FYI, surrogate for us I'm using the Lotus Way Radiant Energy today. So that's an aura spray, or you can get it in a tincture too. Okay. But Radiant Energy says vitality, energetic perfection, and resilience. All right, Kelly, let's see what's up for you. Okay, Kelly, you got She Who Divines. This is future choice and judgment. See how she's using a bunch of tools. She's got cards in her hand. She's got key and dice around her neck. She's got some tools that she can use to help her make some decisions. And so for you, it is this week a week of trying to make some choices and discernment about those choices, and not necessarily push on choices that are not yours to push on. There might be people around you also making choices that you can't predict their future. Okay. And if you try to, you might get into a place where you're taking responsibility when it's not up to you. Okay. Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, we're stacking them together here. Okay. So She Who Divines. So same thing for you. If you have and are inclined to use your own Oracle cards, definitely do that this week. I'm really getting that it's going to be important for you to just kind of look ahead, plan some strategies for what you want to do next, and think about what are yours to choose to do. Okay. Donnie, you got She Who Begins, Launch, Actualize, and Potential. So see the butterflies and the grapes. This is like time for fruition. This is like things are coming to open up for you. So this week could be a good week for you to just accept that things are opening a little bit further, and that there might be an opportunity for you to just easily make some changes this week. So just be on the lookout for that. All right, Mountain River. She Who Thrives, or flourish, prosper, and blossom. So this is basically a time for you to open up and really let yourself expand and be even more of what you came here to be. So this week would be a good week to spread your wings a little bit, if you will. All right, Diane. Ooh, your cards are jumping off of the table here. Okay, She Who Persists. This is perspective, defiant, and persistent. So this is, you guys are just asking you to remember that you've had a lot of life, and that life has a lot of wisdom and a lot of understanding that you maybe can't explain to anyone around you because you're the one who lived it. Okay. So this week it's just acknowledging that you have a different perspective and that you don't have to necessarily go along with everything just because somebody thinks they know better. Okay. All right. Cece. She Who Doubts. Okay. So she's got fear, wariness, and trust. So this is also kind of feeling like, okay, I don't know if I know what to trust as far as information goes. So that's one of the things I'm hearing too. And I feel like, your heart knows the truth, and you can kind of question and have doubts, but don't doubt yourself. Trust yourself when you can. Okay. All right. So focus for this week on trusting yourself so that you can trust where you're getting your information from. Janice. Ooh, look at that. Okay. She Who Sees, observe, perceive, and scrutinize. Okay. So this is watch closely. Use all of your senses to see what's going on this week. Pay close attention. Again, I'm getting that mouth closed, eyes open kind of thing. Good to be listening this week. Listen for what people are telling you. They're telling you who they are. Believe them when they do that, and pay attention to what you want to do with that choice. Scrutinization kind of thing. All right. Blossoming Lotus. You're going to have She Who Yearns, yearn, longing, and pining for. Okay. So this is very much saying, what are you desiring? What are you wishing for? What are you kind of setting off as a daydream or a night dream of love and your life, and just kind of let that be really aware of that this week, of what you want now or what you think you want next, that kind of thing. Don't worry too much about not being appreciative, but instead kind of just let yourself reveal what you are wishing for. Okay. Michelle, your focus for the week is she who hesitates. If you picked this at the beginning, it's doubling down on you. Okay, so ponder, delay, and confidence. This is like go out and do it. Notice you're holding yourself back. Don't worry about what the world is going to do. Just go ahead and shine your light and let that light be met with the people who want that light. Okay, so don't hesitate, is basically the message. Aaron, you got she who is wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. So this is just go your own way, do your own thing, have some fun. Don't worry, kind of caution to the wind this week. Just do what your little wild heart wants to do. Nolani, you're going to focus this week on she who creates. If you picked 3 at the beginning, it's doubling down for you. Creativity, originality, and spontaneity. Go be creative. Do something fun. Who cares what anybody thinks about what you're creating? As long as you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. Okay. Kayana, you've got she who guides. Okay. So new path, guide, and renewal. So this is guiding yourself too. This is about listening to your own heart. What do you want to do next? Don't have to follow the crowd. It's okay to let that crowd do its own thing, and you can guide yourself through the week. Okay. Carrie, you're working on she who rises up. See your little phoenix on her shoulder. So this says empower, uplift, and elevate. So this is a good week for you to empower yourself, to kind of use everything that you've already come to come out of it in a stronger way. Okay. All right. Nicole and Seth. Nicole, you've got she who persists. Okay. So same perspective, defiance, and persistence. Similar message to what Dan got, which is like you've lived a lot. You had a lot of experiences. Those experiences live in you. Just be persistent. Okay. It's going to be a good week. Just let yourself persist. Seth, you've got she who becomes. Okay. So metamorphosis, transcend, and journey. So this is going to be a transformative week for you. And the changes have already been coming. So just let the changes reveal themselves. You don't have to do anything to create those changes. Just come through it. Okay. Andrea. All right, Andrea, you've got she who enfolds, swath, embrace, and self-care. See how she's got a whole bunch of blankets around her or whatever. She's also got her little friend sitting on her shoulder. This is like time to just step back, nurture yourself, nourish yourself, do things that feel like a slower pace this week for you. Okay. Take good care of yourself. That's kind of the message I've been getting to. So I think a lot of us are being asked to kind of step back and recalibrate. So Heidi, for you this week, you're going to be focusing on your desires. She who yearns, so similar to Melissa, yearn, long, pining for. You are working on acknowledging what you genuinely want, what you genuinely want to become, what you genuinely want to be bringing into your life. So just let yourself really get into the yearning this week and see what it reveals. Okay. Christy and Kira. Christy, she who questions. Okay. Curiosity, destiny, and search. A giant flower on her neck. She's definitely trying to attract something there. So this is just asking a lot of questions about where you're headed and why you're headed there and what maybe is blocking you inside versus outside. Okay. Focusing on that this week. Kira, you're going to focus on she who doubts. See this before, fear, weariness, and trust. So Kira, you're just being asked to, trust yourself. Yes, you can doubt some other people around you because maybe they're not necessarily being authentic or they're accidentally manipulating, but it's okay to just say, I'm going to trust myself right now. Eat 100 foods. You have got she who enfolds again. Swath, embrace, and self-care. All right. Second time we've seen that. Time to take care of yourself. Time to be there for yourself. You don't have to take care of everybody else. It's not up to to you to take care of everybody's problems but your own. Okay. All right, Sam. She who begins, launch, activate potential. This is that. Oh, it's already coming to fruition. There's already fruits of labor coming through this week. You're already getting surrounded by the life that you've created. Let yourself really sink into that. And if you think about that contentment card we started off with, it's a good week to just really accept that even if there's things around you don't like, find the things that you do and focus on those. Natalie. Okay. She who resists. She's Look, she's got a little bloody sword in her hand. She's fearless, justified, and resistant. She doesn't have to necessarily take what she's being given. She can say, no, that's not okay. And that's kind of what you're being asked to do this week is where can you say, I resist this truth and I protect what is mine to protect. Okay. Seriously wonderful. Okay, you got she who whispers, secrets, confessions, and confidant. So this is a good space to be a compassionate witness. Listen to what is being revealed this week. Let yourself acknowledge that you have people who maybe do tell you some of their secrets, and it's okay to just keep those secrets and keep them safe. Okay, Cynthia. Okay, you also got she who resists. Okay, fearless, justified, and resistance. The things that you need to resist, though, not fighting against anything, but just being willing to fight if you need to, and know you've already done some fighting to stand up for what you need to stand up for, and just acknowledge that that resistance is going to be relevant for the week. Okay, Astrid, she who emerges. She's coming out of the muck with her beautiful white dress, staring at the lotus. Okay, enlightenment, mindfulness, rising up. So, how can you keep an enlightened mind this week? How can you keep yourself from looking at the muck? The muck is feeding your enlightenment. It's showing you how you're going to be shifting, but it's not the focus. Okay, focus on the lotus. Cameron, you are calming. She who calms. Stillness, purity, quiet. See the owl? There's wisdom coming. So just let yourself be still this week, as still as you possibly can. Quiet down all that mind, that life for a minute, and let things integrate. Okay, so best you can do, get some stillness. All right, Kimberly. Oh, third time we've seen it, so I might have to pull the book out here. She who resists. Okay, fearless, justified, resistant. So this is going to be for all of us, but Kimberly, you in particular, we're going to be focusing on, am I allowing my power to be blocked? Is my anger justified? Are there peaceful ways to resist? It's basically a message of fight for yourself, resist those who want to change who you are, but don't necessarily, fight everybody. Okay. All right. Jamie, she rises up. So the Phoenix, okay. Empower, uplift, and elevate. This is a week to lift yourself up as best you can, giving yourself a little bit more energy to kind of draw off of your past and transmute it and transcend it. Okay, Kim, your rough month. Yes, I could concur with that one. You got she who grants wishes. Sorry, desires, hope. So this week would be a good week to see how your wishes are coming to fruition. Okay. All right, BB. Okay, third time we've seen this one too. She who divines, future, choice, and judgment. Okay, so this one is definitely putting yourself in kind of trying to put up a strategy in place. I'm going to read the questions from the book just because when it comes 3 times, we want to do that. What do I need to know to make a decision? What has brought me to this point? Have I considered all factors and options? So this is a hopeful card. It's like that your future is hopeful, but you definitely want to be mindful. Okay. All right, Tim, let's see what your week is focused on. Tim, you've got she who sees, observer, persistence, and scrutinize. Ask lots of questions this week. Pay close attention to the things that are hidden kind of in between the lines. So this week is for you to be discerning about what other people say and not necessarily take everything they say for their word and listen to the in between the lines. Okay. Gina, she who is present. Now, awareness and acceptance. This is a good thing. Just fully present this week. Just nothing more to do, but just be in the now. Sounds like good advice to me. Andrea. Okay, third time we've seen this one. She who enfolds, swath, embrace, and self-care. You guys, I really am getting these messages for a lot of people lately. Is like we have to come back and take care of ourselves first. That is the critical time right now we got to be doing that. Okay, here's the questions. Ready? How can I comfort myself right now? Who deserves this to see past all my layers? And what should I allow myself to embrace? It's perfectly acceptable to hold parts of yourself back right now. It's perfectly acceptable for you to step away, ask for help where you need it. Those are the messages I'm getting to. So, all right, Deanna, you got she who guides, new path, guides, and renewal. Okay, so Deanna, for you, it's kind of a message of follow yourself, but also see who else is there wanting to guide you in a different direction and maybe pay attention to that this week. Okay. Hello, Crystal. You are also becoming, look, metamorphosis, transcend, journey. It's already happening. You don't have to do anything, but just step into it. Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm starting to hit some of these more of these Facebook. So I see you, Marcel. If you want a card, just give me a me, please. If you're still hanging with us, Gina, I'm gonna come to you. Gina, you got she who thrives. Flourish, prosper, and blossom. Good week for you to kind of come through. There's a lot of you that are coming through that way. That it's so cool to be in a time where we've struggling, but also coming through to some new realizations and flourishing. So good for you, Gina. All right, Francis, you've got she who surprises. Surprise, discovery, revelation. She opens the curtains and all the little butterflies come in. So, things are unfolding for you this week, maybe a little bit more so, kind of showing you how your choices are leading you to something more or better, that kind of thing. So let's be surprised. Amna, you've got she who frees. Okay. This is liberation, unrestrained, and freedom. See, this is the card Rob got at the beginning. It's this throwing your shackles out into the waters. The limitations are lifting. Okay. You don't have to do much. Just know that you're going to set yourself free, especially from those limiting beliefs. Kristen, this week, you're going to be focused on she who hopes, love, hope, and relationships. Okay. So she is feeling a little bit like she's trying to get her relationships more solid, but she's still hopeful that they're going to be more solid. So this week you might be focusing on hopefulness around relationships, in particular the singular relationships that are most important to you, best that you can this week. Okay. It's a little late after Valentine's Day message, but Robbie, you've got she who emerges. So you're doing the lotus flower thing. Okay. Enlightenment, mindfulness, and rising up. That muck that you're coming out of is just part of the process, and that flower needed that muck to blossom. So just kind of let yourself focus on the flowers this week, okay? Coming through it. Clara, you've got she who avenges, revenge, outcomes, and justice. See how she's just literally like sitting there reading a book and eating an apple? She's like, bring it. Okay, so Clara, you kind of got this, this week some justice is going to come through, some outcomes that you need, so pay attention to that. It's going to be something to just be watchful. You don't have to even explain it or tell anybody about it, just pay attention to it unfold. Miranda, you've got she who flies, dare, do, reach. That's the third time we've seen that card, so it's also for all of us. We kind of little mixed messages. Go ahead and swath yourself and don't do anything, but yet get out there and do it, right? A little contradictory, but let me read the questions for you. What is my loftiest dream? What's the worst thing that could happen if I went after my dream? And what is the best thing that could happen if I went after my dream? Embrace the flight. Don't fear the fall is basically what this is saying. So, maybe this is a good week for us as we kind of come to fruition with some things, to see ourselves in a different light and let ourselves, kind of dream big, if you will. Okay, Patty and Karen. Patty, you've got she who listens, understanding, witness, and compassion. She came at the beginning. That's just basically saying listen to other people, be compassionate for them. You may not totally understand them, but be a good listener this week. And Karen, you're going to be she who grants wishes, desires, and hopes. Let the universe kind of reveal itself, okay? All right. So let's see. Boop, boop, doop. All right. Kimberly, you have she who knows. Wisdom, clarity, and resolution. So you don't have to explain yourself. You just can know what you need to know, okay? And this is like just a simpleness. It's just integrate it in. Okay. All right. Ira, hopefully I'm saying that name right. Okay, she who is wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. This is a good week to just get in your own groove. Dance to your own dance. Be yourself. Okay. All right. Let's see. Got Stephanie, and then I've got Kim, and then I think we're good. Let's see. Stephanie, you've got she who prepares, formulates, strategizes, devise. Okay. So this is a good time to know your knowledge and let yourself come through. And yes, let's block the Tarot King here, please. Right at the end there, we got the bots that are going to tell us they're going to give us private messages. That's not me. Okay. All right. Sorry, got distracted. Strategize for the week. Give yourself a clear vision of where you want to head next. Okay. Kim, you have got She Who Surrenders, Chains, Bondage, and Release. So again, holding on to stories of the past, hurt feelings might need to be addressed and reviewed. So just let yourself, acknowledge that you are not, you're not your past and you're not the suffering of your past, but you can be working on letting that go this week. Okay. All right. I appreciate all of you who are still hanging with me. I'm going to do one more card for my husband in case he's out there watching, because he did give me a little thumbs up there. He's ready to travel to Austria. All right, here we go. She who battles, justice, fierce commitment, stay committed. All right, you guys. I hope that your week goes well. Happy new moon. This is the Pisces. This is the end of, this is the end of the beginning. This is let yourself really go deep with things that need the books closed on. It's a good day to do that. Okay. All right. I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you later.